And welcome back to 18 News. Time for a weekly visit to the Dubois County Humane Society. And our guest, of course, is Linda Davis. And Linda, you have a special report for us today, so to speak. You have Buford, the
That's
pit
correct.
bull.
That's correct.
And Buford is a very well-behaved pit bull, big as always. But nonetheless, you want to give us a little history and talk. First of all, talk about Buford and provide us a history on the dogs.
Sure. Buford was running wild in Birdseye, and people took pity upon him and brought him in because dogs cannot take care of themselves. We've bred them to be dependent. So they brought Buford here, hoping that we could find a home for him. They actually called, and we went and got Buford. Anyways, Buford is now here at the Humane Society, and we have two so-called pit bulls at this time. Actually, these dogs, I want to tell a little history because there's such a huge misunderstanding about these dogs. These dogs were originally Staffordshire Terriers. That's what they are. They're terriers. And they were originally from England, and the people brought them over to the United States when they were building log cabins on a cornerstone. And rodents were getting up in the house, in the barn, and of course back then, days of Little House on the Prairie, there were no grocery stores, and so if the rodents and creatures of the woods depleted their food, they had a mighty lean winter. And they found that the Staffordshire Terriers had a wonderful grip, and if they got a hold of a rodent, they would not leave go until it was dead. And they were faster than a kitty cat. So they brought over the Staffordshire Terriers to rid their barns and houses of rodents and protect their food source. The Staffordshire Terrier, they also found out, was wonderful with children, and they were nicknamed the babysitter because they had a tendency to protect, and they would protect the children. Now, unfortunately, some of the lowest forms of humanity noticed also how they would hold on and not let go. And they decided this was quite a quality for fighting. Also, the Staffordshire Terrier is very muscular, very strong. They're little powerhouses. And that can be used for very good reasons, like I mentioned before. But unfortunately, some people have been using them in a negative arena. The Staffordshire Terrier is actually a wonderful dog. It is a terrier, just like a wire-haired fox terrier, a Jack Russell Terrier, a rat terrier. This is a terrier. All terriers have a little bit of a challenge being trained with people. They all like to run and run and run. They're all a little bit hyper, jumping up. But they are a lot of fun. They make people laugh, and they have their place in society. So it's a pitiful shame that this breed right now is being abused. I don't know if people realize that they have to destroy about 20 of these dogs to get them one mean. They get a group of these dogs, they try to make them mean for fighting, and they might go through 20 nice dogs before they can finally get one that's mean. And of course, the dogs that are not mean, they either just set them loose on the streets, and that's why St. Louis, Missouri, for example, has a huge pit bull rescue with a couple hundred pit bulls in there. Those are all the nice little pit bulls that didn't pass the mean test. So I'm really anxious to try to get this under control in our society because it's not just dog fighting. What goes along with this are selling drugs, illegal betting, and just the seedy, negative side of humanity. And so I'm hoping that people can see the other side of these Staffordshire Terriers and give some of these dogs a chance. This one, for example, is a powerhouse, just like all of them, wonderfully muscular. So maybe not a good idea for children. If they try to take this dog for a walk, it would be like taking a large Great Dane for a walk. It would take off, and the children would be hanging on for dear life. But for a nice adult family or older kids, this would make a wonderful pet. It's a very loving dog. It doesn't have a mean bone in its body. You can kiss it on the lips. So we will.
I'll leave that up to you.
Okay. We will be guarded on who we adopt this dog to, but this is a beautiful brindle, as you can see. It's black and brown brindle with white trim. It's a beautiful dog. It's a loving dog. It would make someone a spectacular companion. You do have to be strong. These dogs will listen. You can train them. You've seen the Jack Russell Terrier television program. So if you spend some time with them, they can be trained. They're just more challenging than maybe some other breeds. Come here. Can you get up? See what I mean? This, look, oh, tail wagger. Tail wagger. Why don't you get up and show everybody how pretty you are? Come here. Come here.
He's got to break him up from his nap here.
Well, I might have to get down with him. Why don't you show everybody how pretty you are? Oh, he's a heavy boy. He probably weighs about, right now, 52 pounds. He should be about 60. You should be about, he's a little skinny. I hope you can get some good pictures of him because he's just a lazy dog. And so here at the Humane Society, we have 2 Staffordshire Terriers that are going to be ready soon for adoption. This dog was just neutered and needs another week of health care. And then this nice dog that we call Buford will be ready for adoption. We also have a beautiful white Staffordshire Terrier named Ivory Bella. And Ivory Bella will be ready for adoption probably in more like 2 weeks. Oh, look at this submissive baby.
Okay, well, appreciate all the information on Buford and the history of the pit bull and so forth. It's certainly wonderful information that folks could know. As some dogs, as this breed of dog is very, in a lot of cases, misunderstood and misinterpreted.
You know, it seems that there's always a breed that society picks on. Once upon a time, it was the German Shepherd. Once upon a time, it was the Rottweiler. Right now, it's this poor little terrier. They're picking on little dog. I know it weighs 60 pounds, but they're not that big. They're controllable.
Of course, information on Buford and all the other fine animals are available here at the Dubois County by checking out their website at DuboisCountyHumane.org or, of course, on PetFinder.com. Also, of course, you can like them on their Facebook page and also see videos of these and other programs here on WJTS TV 18 News on YouTube as well. Of course, their adoption hours, by the way, of course, are Wednesdays from 4:30 till 6:30 p.m., Saturdays from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m., and their phone number is 482-7387. If you have any information, you can call during those adoption hours. So again, Linda, thank you very much for joining us. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll be back with weather right after this.